When you see him happily swimming along, it's hard to think that Cupid is lucky to be alive.
When we first saw him on the beach, he was very lethargic. He just looked pathetic. He's just a sad little dolphin laying on the beach, needing help.
On February 14, 2003, this bottlenose dolphin was found stranded on a beach in Texas. Tammy Renault and the Texas Marine Mammal Stranding Network came to help. Nobody knows why, but thousands of marine animals are stranded every year. Many don't survive.
Strandings can happen due to illness, due to injury, due to a number of things.
A stranded whale or dolphin will usually die within days, sometimes hours. Even if the animal is released again, it will probably die, get stranded again, or be eaten by predators. Cupid, however, was lucky. A fisherman named Christopher Cruz found him and called the Texas Marine Mammal Stranding Network.
We don't know how long Cupid had been there on the beach before Christopher found him. The speediness of his actions saved Cupid.
Renault feels that Christopher really helped Cupid by keeping people away from the injured animal and by keeping him calm. Network volunteers rushed to the beach to examine Cupid and assess his condition. They knew that they had to get him to the rescue center pool as fast as possible. When a dolphin is out of the ocean, keeping the animal wet is essential. If it doesn't stay wet enough, it could die. In Cupid's case, the rescue volunteers did a great job. They carefully placed him on a stretcher and loaded him into a truck to get him safely to the rescue center. The network has been carefully watching 1,000 miles of Texas coast for more than 25 years. They don't have a lot of money to keep large sea mammals alive. They couldn't do it without the 2,000 volunteers who give their time and energy to help, all for their love of sea creatures like Cupid.
I equate this to being one big family. A lot of people take care of each other around here. They take care of the animals, and it's a really neat thing to be a part of.
More than 90% of the rescued mammals are bottlenose dolphins like Cupid.
The first 72 hours are what we call our critical care period.
Anything could happen to a weakened animal during this period. Several volunteers came to help Cupid through the dangerous time. Many even offered to work between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., not a popular time to help. Everyone wanted the poor, lethargic animal to survive, but no one knew if he would or not. During Cupid's time in the rescue center, volunteers noticed something unusual about the dolphin.
When he's not sleeping, he looks like every other dolphin. It's just when he's resting that he has these abnormal periods. He swims in tight circles, sometimes he swims belly up, he swims on his side a lot.
Eventually, the team found the cause. Cupid has an illness similar to human epilepsy.
And our concern was that if we put him back in the wild, would he be able to protect himself if he was in one of those episodes? And we couldn't answer that for sure.
So the team began a long process of treatment and tests to help them understand Cupid's problem.
He should be able to shut down half of his brain when he sleeps and maintain enough consciousness to breathe, to come to the surface, to be aware of what's going on around him.
Over the next few weeks, the volunteers helped with weekly blood tests and examinations to check Cupid's health. They also worked to find out why he stranded himself in the first place. They really loved and cared for Cupid, and with this special care, his individual character grew and grew. At first he was scared, but then he became more playful. And like any youngster, the dolphin grew to love his toys and playing in the pool. As Cupid grew happier, he also grew healthier and fatter. By the end of his stay, he was 62 pounds heavier and 2.5 inches longer. Of course, he was always hungry too. He was eating 11 pounds of fish every day. It was unusual for a rescued dolphin to spend this much time at the center in Galveston, but finding a new home for Cupid was becoming very difficult. The weeks turned into months. Everyone at the center really liked the friendly dolphin and didn't want to see him go, but they knew he couldn't stay. Renault and the team had to make a very hard decision. What should they do with Cupid? If they released him back into the ocean, he would probably die because of his illness. However, they just didn't have the resources to look after a fast-growing dolphin. Finally, in early 2004, Vallejo, California's Marine World agreed to take Cupid.
Good boy. Oh, he's so handsome.
At first, the people at Marine World kept Cupid away from other dolphins for his own health and safety. While Cupid got used to his new environment, the other dolphins at Marine World practiced nearby for a performance. However, not everyone agrees that teaching animals how to perform is a good idea. There is some controversy or disagreement about the subject.
That's always a controversy, you know, keeping any animal in captivity. But I hope people understand that we're doing something good here. You know, this animal cannot be released again, but he's going to have a nice life here. We take very good care of the animals, nothing but the best for him, so.
The people at Marine World were really excited to introduce Cupid to the other dolphins. Dolphins are actually very social animals and love to communicate with each other. Dolphins also seem to have a special relationship with humans as well.
It is something special everywhere you go. Everybody loves a dolphin. I've heard stories from Spanish guys that were in the war that were on a downed plane or a downed boat and telling me stories of dolphins actually circling them to protect them. I believe it. I completely believe it. I've never seen it with my own eyes, but I absolutely believe it.
Many people believe that there is something really magical about dolphins. There are stories about their ability to recognize women who are going to have babies or to recognize illnesses in humans. Some people even say that dolphins can help sick people to get better. Dolphins also have highly developed communication skills. Scientists actually believe that dolphins have their own language of unusual sounds. Cupid was kept by himself for 30 days. Then the trainers decided to put him into the main dolphin pool at Marine World. He had lived alone for nearly a year, and now he was finally among other dolphins again. Nowadays, Cupid is doing great in his new home. He's lucky that he survived being stranded, and especially lucky that he met the wonderful volunteers at the Texas Marine Mammal Stranding Network. Without them and all of their hard work, there might not be a friendly dolphin named Cupid.